What's up, everyone? I'm Janitor Jake.
And I'm Chris K.
And welcome to the American Gaming Geeks. Stupid.
What? Ready?
I don't want the likes of you watching my back! The chopper's waiting! You're done!
Alright, and welcome back for another episode. Now, if you're new to the channel or you want to get right straight to the game, you can go to this number right here and it'll take you right to the gameplay. Otherwise, we're going to get the show started. So, Chris, what's new with you in the world of gaming?
Not too much. The last game that I played was actually called Conan Exiles, and it's a multiplayer online game, an MMO.
It's about Conan O'Brien.
Nope. It's about... Oh, well, it's not really about... It's in the world of Conan the Barbarian. He's not really in it. You just play as barbarians in this world. You can choose different cultures to belong to and different backgrounds and everything like that for your tribe or character or whatever, and indoctrinate people into your cult or whatever. I don't know what to call it. Your group, your gang, and then you build up a group of people, and then you can raid and stuff. I don't know. There's no real point, as from what I can tell. You just sort of explore and do whatever. Some users have made their own journeys for each other, you know. But so it's kind of a creative thing in that regard. Right now, so far, the developers themselves have not put in, as far as I could tell from that one day that I played it, they haven't put in their own in-story game. So it's kind of just user-based, but it's mostly based on the characters.
Yeah, and the way the game kind of sounds, it's almost like, okay, here's the new Mario Brothers game. We got the new Mario Brothers game, but do you play as Mario? No. You end up playing not even as Toad. You play as, like, the creatures from the Mushroom Kingdom, the other Toads. Yeah. And you go around and do stuff without Mario being around, but it's a Mario game.
Mario Exiles. Yeah, but that's all I got.
Alright, now, nothing too new with me in the world of gaming. Now, actually, you and I ended up going to a garage sale a couple weeks back, and I picked up some goodies, and here they are. It was actually a pretty good deal, too, going there. Like, that's why I love garage sales, because a lot of people are like, I'm just going to get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been really picky lately with getting games complete. Like, I don't want to find games loosey-goosey like this anymore, because I have, like, just rows of them. So generally, I try to stay away from loose stuff and try to get it as much complete in the box as I can. And when I went down there, one of the first games I ended up picking up was The Land Before Time Great Valley Racing Adventure. And so I didn't even know about this, but here's another racing game, like Crash Bandicoot Racing, Mario Kart, whole 9 yards. And like I said, it is complete. The manual is in pretty much mint condition. The disc, I checked that out. That's in pretty much mint condition. The only problem is the case.
Yeah.
That part is kind of broken off, but I do have extra cases that I can always pop that off and replace that if I really wanted to. And I got that for pretty cheap, so that was pretty cool.
I have a secret hatred for jewel cases, especially when the booklet is concerned. Trying to get that booklet in and out of there without denting it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that with the tabs on there.
Stupid tabs.
And the next game that they had over there for the original PlayStation was good old Monopoly. And so I always loved Monopoly. I always thought it was a fun board game. And what's really interesting about this, too, is I really do want to play it to see if they follow the rules, the real rules of Monopoly. Like, that's why a lot of people say they don't like Monopoly, because it takes forever, blah, blah, but they don't like following the actual rules.
Yeah, crazy.
So, and like I said, the manual is in pretty much mint condition. The only thing is, like, the case is kind of dirty, but I can easily clean that up, and the disc is in really good condition as well. So I thought that, and it's complete, so that's why I bought it. And next up, we have the PlayStation 2, and I ended up picking up Outlaw Tennis. So, like I said, it was dirt cheap, and it is complete. Manual's in pretty much mint condition. The disc is in very good condition as well. Like I said, usually I don't pick stuff up like this up, but it was really cheap, and it is complete. And, next up after that is an actual Wii game, and I've never heard of this one. This one is De Blob, or De Blob, D Blob.
Well, it's probably French, so the B is probably silent. It's probably De Blob.
Yeah, probably. What's interesting, and it is complete. Manual's in great condition. Disc is in very good condition as well. I never heard of this game, and after looking at it, I was like, you know what it reminds me of? It looks like Splatoon. And the thing is, I don't know which came out. I'm assuming this game came out before Splatoon because Splatoon came out on like the Wii U. But it's like I wonder if this game came out and if Splatoon is part of the same universe as this. I don't know if it is. Probably not, but it looks like a Splatoon type game. Alright, and next up we have Original Xbox, and I've never heard of this game either, and I ended up picking up PsyOps, The Mindgate Conspiracy. So it looked like another unique title. It is complete. Manual's in pretty much mint condition. Disc is in very good condition. Yeah, like I said, it's one of those games too. I stay away from like sports titles and war games because I can have like 5 or 6 regular games and then 300 sports and war games. So like I said, it's really neat finding stuff like this actually complete in the box. Next up was a really unique title I've never heard of, and that is Enclave for the original Xbox. And once again, it is complete in the box. Manual is pretty much mint, and the disc is in very good condition. I've never played it before. It looks like an open-world RPG or some nonsense like that, and I love open-world RPGs, so this would be really cool to pop in and play sometime. And next up was another unique title that I've never heard of, and that is Nightcaster 2 Equinox. I've never played the first one, never even heard of it. And once again, it is complete. Manual's in great condition. Disc is in really good condition. And it was dirt cheap. And like I said, usually finding games like this around here, it never happens. All we ever find are sports titles or war games. And so that was pretty cool finding something like that. And last but not least, we have Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. Now, we ended up playing Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. That was on the PlayStation Classic, and I ended up picking it up for the original PlayStation not long ago. I don't know which one this is, so it does come complete. You got the manual pretty much mint condition, and the disc is in very good condition as well. I know there's Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, and then Oddworld Abe's Exodus, and then I think there might be another one, and then maybe this one. So I don't know who Munch is. I'm assuming Munch is part of that franchise. He came in maybe during the second or third game. I'm not sure. But I thought it was pretty cool finding this out and about, and it was dirt cheap, so I had to pick it up.
So it basically follows a different character through the same world, the odd world.
Alright, time to get to the actual game. And the game we're playing today is good old Superman for the Atari VCS, or the Atari 2600. Now, you've never played this before.
No.
So I've been doing an experiment where I go through and play through like every single video game I own in order of release, and I did go through and beat this. We do not have the box, do not have the manual, but this is one of those rare games that you can actually go through and beat for the Atari. Usually most Atari games are point-based, based off of how long can you survive and how many points can you get.
Nice.
And this one you can actually officially beat.
It's great.
So without further ado, we're going to pop the puppy in and get going. You ready to play?
I'm game.
Alright, and like I said, you've never played this before, so we're going to hand the controller off to you, and we're going to have you get going.
Alright.
So all you have to do is just move the controller. Alright, so here's the deal. So you're Clark Kent. So you're just going to go to work at the Daily Bugle. So go ahead, just head off to work. Tweedledee, you're walking. Boom! Look at that. Bridge blows up.
Whoa.
There's Lex Luthor and there's all his henchmen. So Lex Luthor is using his henchmen, doing a bunch of nonsense. They blew up the bridge. So what do you got to do? Well, you're Clark Kent. You can't do anything because apparently you're Clark Kent.
Oh, yeah.
Can't do nothing. You have to turn into Superman.
I'm guessing if I jump down there, I'm going to die.
You won't go over there.
Oh, really? Oh, I see. Okay.
So now you got to go turn into Superman. So go back to the phone booth. All right, you're going to go in there and get naked. And there you go. Turn into Superman.
No one can tell.
Alright, so now your main goal is to fly around, capture the bad guys.
What did I just do? What is going on?
That's the big issue that I have with this game. I know how to play it, but this is pretty much like an open world environment. You can go from left to right, and that's X-ray vision.
Oh.
So you can look ahead to the different screens.
Oh.
So basically, now you gotta... Alright, that's Lois Lane.
Did we just make out? What was that noise?
Yeah, you pretty much kissed her so you can fly again. So the basic story, what's going on? Lex Luthor showed up with his henchmen, and they blew up the bridge in Metropolis. Your main goal is to go and capture all of his henchmen, which are, you can see up there in the upper left-hand corner, there's these dashes. There's 6 of them. 5 bad guys, and the big giant square is Lex Luthor. You have to go and capture them, and then send them to jail. But good luck finding them, which we've been finding them, and there's the jail. I was going to say, good luck finding the jail. So all you have to do now is go and find the bad guys. Like, there's Lex Luthor right there.
Where did I start? I can't even find the phone booth I jumped out of.
Yeah, that's one of the big issues with this game that I've always had, is trying to navigate as to what's going on.
I just transported into there. Was that a teleporter?
That's a subway station.
Oh.
So, like I said, your main goal is to capture the bad
So
guys.
that's a subway station right
Yeah.
there.
So now you're inside like this building. If you just walk up, you'll just continually go up forever and ever. And then depending on where you go out to the left or right, you'll actually pop out in a different area. And like I said, the big issue I have with this game, you can go from left to right, and you have to memorize the layout of the stage.
Well, I'm carrying parts of the bridge.
Yeah, you got to bring the bridge back and rebuild it. And those things flying around, that deep, 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 looks like a spider.
Mm-hmm.
Those are kryptonite satellites.
Oh.
So every time they touch you, you no longer can fly.
Mm.
So what you have to do is find Lois Lane, which is right there, and you just bump into her, and then you can fly.
Whoa. I can pick her up?
Yeah. You can pretty much pick up anything in this game. You pick up Lois Lane, you pick up the bad guys, stuff like that.
Okay, so I was in the Daily Bugle now. I guess, because that's what that looked like. Now, how do I get back out? I don't even know where I am.
And like I said, that's kind of how, like, this whole game felt to me at first when I was first playing it. It's like you just get super duper lost.
Where am I?
So, and basically that's what's screwing it up too. Rather than going straight left to right, when you
I'm taking
curve
you away!
when you curve up and you hit up, it'll take you into a completely different area. So, like I said, the main goal is try to find the bad guys, capture them, and take them back to jail. And that's an issue that I have right there, is when you get so much crap on screen, it freaks out and does that. You have a kryptonite satellite, you have a piece of the bridge, you have Lois Lane on there, and you have the stupid helicopter flying around. Alright, so grab him, and then go directly to the right, and then run into that jail. There you go.
Oh, that's a jail?
That's how you put him to jail.
Okay.
So there's another one. Fly over there, grab him, and then take him right back. And that's the thing, like, I memorized where the jail is, because if you go to the left, that, whatever, the Lincoln Memorial, I always call that, directly to the right of that, I know it's the jail cell. But that required, like, playing and knowing the layout of where everything is.
Okay. I don't get the up and down in this.
Yeah, so here, if you want to start flying, so go up, and then just fly.
Oh.
That's fine. Just go up and then fly directly to the right. And just keep going to the right. Don't worry about nothing. Well, other than dodging that stuff. But try not to go up or down, because, like I said, it's so hard to explain unless I actually draw, like, a map. But, like, you start off in one area, and if you go to the right, eventually you'll go through, like, 15 or whatever, I'm going to say 22 screens, and it loops back around. So eventually you'll do this loop.
Oh.
The problem is, each screen, if you go up or down, it'll kick you to another section. So it almost treats it like a warp zone.
Is it random, the other section that it kicks you to, up and down?
No, it's all stationary, so you can memorize it.
Sort of resets? Like, is the thing above this always that?
Yeah.
Helicopter. Helicopter.
And so that's what can really screw the game up, is when you start doing up and down stuff,
Yeah.
you can get completely lost and backwards.
Yeah.
But if you go in there, I also memorized this.
That's
go,
the Daily Planet, right?
Yeah, you can go in there. Now go up until you see the pink room. And then if you go right to the left...
I can have it. Hang on.
And then if you go right to the left, that'll take you to the jail.
Okay.
So, and this is where, like, it turns into speed running with the game. Like, once you know the layout of where everyone is, and the people are always going to be random. Lex Luthor, and they're all going to be random all over the screen. But once you know where the jail is and how to get there...
Oh, so each level is always a different color. Like, when you go up, it's always pink, up to the top. And this is always going to be, like, I guess that's a pink background.
Yeah, if you go to the right of that, that's where the jail is going to be.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, the map is like really screwy. So go back down, grab him. Because that's your goal. Capture them and then go to the right and put them in jail.
I'll just do that first. That dang helicopter, does that hurt me?
No. That helicopter is pretty much like the Bat from Adventure.
Oh.
And that's Lex Luthor down there, so you can go and grab him.
Dagnabbit.
But the helicopter is pretty much like the Bat from the game Adventure. It'll fly around and just grab items and stuff. Which is funny because this game uses the same coding as Adventure does.
Oh.
Adventure was in development way back in the day. And before they had a chance to finish it, the guy was working on it. I don't know all the history, but he was working on Adventure. Then he had to stop and work on something else. Meanwhile, somebody else came in, and they liked his idea, and they're like, hey, can we use your idea and program another game? And he's like, yeah, sure, borrow the coding, do whatever. They took the coding and released Superman.
Oh.
And then, after that, eventually he finished the game, and then Adventure came out later.
Huh.
So this game came out before Adventure, but they were working on Adventure before this.
Uh-huh.
So it's got that feel, like with the helicopter and the bat and the whole 9 yards.
Cool.
So, okay, go in that door. So here's the thing, you can do
was
it
a subway.
to memorize. So go in there.
With the guy?
Yeah. And then grab him, because we want to take all these guys to jail. Go back into the subway.
Okay.
Then go up, grab him. Go up to the pink room, go to the left. That's the right.
Oops. I got confused. Alright. Stop it.
Yeah, and that's one of the big issues. And go to the left when you're in the pink room.
Ah, for crying out loud. Crap, I just lost him.
So just keep going.
Dagnabbit.
Alright, just go and grab him. And then the jail's right down below. Now go up and grab the other one. Go to the right. He might be in that building. Yeah, there he is.
Ah. How do I know that was Lois? I might have just cheated on Lois.
Alright, so go in there. And then go up to the pink room. And then go to the left, put him in jail. Now we just have to worry about...
Ah! His controls. What?
That's Lex Luthor. So you can grab him and put him in jail too.
Crap. I can't figure out how this works. I think that I just ran into Cat Grant. It wasn't Lois. You can't tell. Their faces all look the same.
It's Jimmy.
Jimmy.
You gotta give Jimmy a kiss.
You get it? Oh, here I am. I'm back to the beginning. I was like, why couldn't I find this place?
Yeah, like I said, the reason why you couldn't find it, because you have to go from left to right, eventually it loops. But rather than going straight left to right, you're like...
Well, I was trying to go left to right, and I was like... And then I went up, I'm like, where did I go? And now I'm like trying to get back to the beginning. I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, like I said, there's actually a map online, and you can check that out, but it's really laid out, really funky. So obviously you can get really good. Like right now you've been playing this stage for 11 minutes and 27 seconds.
Yeah.
And I think the fastest I've done it was in 2 minutes. But it was because I started off, I went right to the next area, and all the bad guys were right there. I grabbed them, took them to jail, hurried up. Holy cow, there's all the bridge pieces, fixed the bridge, moved onward.
He just walks in midair. Hang on. No, go back up. What did I just do?
Oh yeah, that's the one part that screws everything up. If you go to where the bridge is, and you go up or down, it kicks you into a completely different area.
It's like, I don't like that, like, when you get down far enough, you just, boom, just starts falling.
Yeah, that's one of the issues with the controls that I have, is you fly, everything's normal, but if you get too far down, he snaps to the ground. And if you're carrying somebody, he'll snap and, like, let them go. And then you can go in there.
Oh.
And then just go up to the pink room.
Darn it, I thought the jail was right here. Come here!
And then just go to the left in the pink room.
This is so difficult.
Then go up to the pink room and go to the left.
Oh.
And now we just need one more, and that's Lex Luthor, and then we got to put the bridge back together.
He's always falling.
Yeah, if you let go of the controls, he'll just fall down. And that's one thing, too, that I really do like with being an early Atari title, is, number one, this is like the first example of an Atari game. This is the first example of an Atari game that had multiple screens. There had never been a game up to this point that did anything like this. There's Lex Luthor to the left. So now we gotta go try to find Lex Luthor. Oh, there he was. To the left.
Dagnabbit, when you get stuck on corner of 4 screens, it just starts going...
Yeah, that's why you just gotta pick a spot and just go for it. So that's gonna be irritating. Oh yeah, that thing irritates me. When Lex Luthor is flying around, he'll grab crap as well. So he can grab a hold of a kryptonite satellite. And then you bump into it and you quit flying. So that won't kill you. You won't die in this game. But as soon as you touch it, you're not allowed to fly anymore.
Yeah.
And then you gotta get like Lois Lane to show up so you can give her a big smooch on the hind end. And like I said, the helicopter doesn't really do too much other than be annoying. Like, you get a lot of crap on screen and a lot of flicker happens. But it'll also take the bridge pieces, which can get irritating. So you might grab a bridge piece, fly back to the place you need to drop it off at, go grab another one, and when you come back, it might have grabbed that bridge piece and went and flown it around all willy-nilly. So here's where you could use your X-ray.
Oh.
So, like right there.
That the button?
Yeah. Then usually I just look up and down, and then you can like fly to the right. And then stop. Well, now give her a smooch. And then you can look up or down to see if he's anywhere on screen.
Oh, that's right.
And then just continue on to the right. That's usually what I do. Go to the right, then look up, look down, and then go to the right. And then and usually you do it fast enough, if you're not seeing him, then he might be in one of the buildings. And then just dodging that.
Oh, you can pick him up just like you can pick up the bat.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm back here again? I mean, at least Adventure had, like, rooms. Ah! Come on.
Alright, so go into there. Now go up. Go to the pink room, and then go to the left. Alright, now we just need to find the bridge pieces. Yeah, and that was the thing, like, what do I like better, this game or Adventure? And for me, I like the graphics in here. I think the graphics were done way better. I mean, you actually have a person. Okay, so there's a bridge piece, so we want to grab that. And now go all the way to the left. Keep going. We got to go back to where the bridge originally was.
Nabbit, no!
Yeah, see, this is where, like, things get chaotic, and this is where, like, it irritates me. Because now she's going to get in the way, and you're going to be grabbing her. So we're almost there, so just keep going.
And take it to the jail?
No.
Oh, I take it back to the...
And so, we're almost there, keep going. Right here. And just drop it, like, grab it, because drop it right in the middle. And then...
Have it. Turn around.
Because what irritates me is you have to get all 3 pieces on the screen. Yeah, right there is fine.
Just anywhere?
Yeah. You have to get all 3 pieces on the screen. And everyone's like, yeah, when you do, he builds the bridge and everything's fine. But there's been so many times where I get all 3 pieces and he just won't do it, and you have to keep moving crap around before the game recognizes that you have all 3 pieces. So we got 1 piece, we need to find 2 more. And they're not in the building, and then it'll repeat the colors. There's like 4 floors, and then you repeat over and over.
Oops.
But anyway, like I was saying with Adventure, I like the graphics in here. I think it's really cool looking. The fact that it looks like an actual person. We have multiple people on here and stuff like that too. The problem is the confusing aspect of the map. Like the flying around willy-nilly and having it kick you all over the place.
I can have it.
At least with Adventure, it was like everything was... It's hard to say because everything in Adventure was in a static spot.
Yeah.
Even though this, everything is in a static spot, but this is open world and it kicks you all over. Whereas in Adventure, you were blocked off by walls. You
Yeah.
go into an area, you can't move on, go into another area, and it was very linear. Whereas this one is more open world, and you can easily get lost. Oh, there's a piece right there.
They must have dropped it.
So we're almost just keep going. Right to the left.
Right to the left. Left to the right.
Then we just need one more piece.
Okay,
Oh, there it is.
I don't know how I got here.
Alright, so if you want, go in there.
In there.
Because I don't know how to get back, but go up in there. And then go back to the pink room. Because at least we know where the jail is. So then go to the left and then just keep going to the left. And now we should build the bridge.
Oh, crap. Criminy. Back to this again. Yeah, it does spit you out all over. Now I'm back here again.
Yeah, you went down. And that's, like I said, once you memorize the idea... Oh, yeah, you gotta touch Lois.
Fly! Oh.
Yeah, like I said, that's really the issue that I have. Is like, you have to go perfectly left to right. If you touch a corner, you can go like... and like zip up.
Yeah.
And then it kicks you off, unless you have the entire game memorized. Yeah, there we go. So you built the bridge, you took care of them. So go left, go back into there, and now you go to work.
That's the whole purpose.
Now you can walk all the way to the Daily Planet, or Daily Bugle or whatever it's called. But go in there, because it'll take forever doing that. And then just go right to the left. There you go at the Daily Planet.
Alright.
21 minutes and 24 seconds. That's how long it took you to do it.
Nice.
So, and that was easy mode. You ended up doing it on difficulty B on both the right and the left. So I'm going to take over. I'm going to switch it over to difficulty A, and we're going to go hard mode. I don't remember exactly what hard mode does because I don't have the manual. I did read it online a long time ago. But hard mode, I think maybe some of the stuff is faster. I don't know. But when the kryptonite satellites touch you, in easy mode, Lois will just show up. So you can touch her and kiss her and everything's fine.
Yeah.
On hard mode, she won't. You have to go look for her. So that means you have to walk everywhere.
Huh.
So that blew up. So now I gotta be real careful here.
You ever get a phone call from Restricted?
Okay, so right there, I bumped into that satellite. And now, good luck finding Lois. So now I gotta do the entire game like this.
What if you find the phone booth and you switch back to Clark Kent and back to Superman again? Does that fix it?
You can't switch back.
Oh, you can't switch back until the end, right?
So this is why hard mode gets ridiculous. Because now I gotta walk through the entire city of Metropolis.
And you can't go up and down, right? Or you can go down, though.
So right now I'm at the beginning. If I go right the entire time, it'll eventually loop around. Now I'm here. If I go down... Well, yeah, I can't go up or down because I can't fly because I need Lois.
I thought you went down earlier. Maybe you're inside. I don't remember now.
See, and now I can't touch the bad guys, can't do nothing. And this is what makes it really tough. Like this, you could spend 40 minutes doing this and never find her.
Wow.
It's like, see, there's all these bad guys everywhere, all the bridge pieces, but I can't do nothing because I need to find Lois Lane so I can fly again.
At least you don't have to go through mazes like in Adventure. I kind of liked that about Adventure, the top-down look, but...
Oh, so she just appeared. So here's where you
There
have
she
to
is.
play it carefully. So I already touched her.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to grab... Oh, yeah, and they're a lot faster, too. So now I'm going to try to figure out... So I'm going to go in here. Hopefully no satellites. Well, then it did that.
Put him in the phone booth.
See, like, you got to, like, peek. Alright, so now I'm just going to fly, try to find... But it keeps freaking out. And
Okay, so it doesn't do any good to look up or down, except you might be able to skip
like
ahead.
that. I'm looking down, so
Okay.
there's a bad guy. So I go down.
Oh, I guess it does because the enemy can move up and down too. Huh. I'd kind of like to map out the whole thing, figure out what's what.
Yeah, see, like right there, I look to the left, so there's a bad guy. So that's why, like right now, I'm looking down, so I know go down to take him to jail. Look to the right, left, nothing. Well, that was lucky.
Yeah, bump right into him.
Alright, so here, look up, look down, nothing. Go ahead, look up, look down, nothing. Look to the right, something was there. He might have disappeared.
Bridge parts.
And I also look, so that's up.
Oh, I saw him go down. What
Yeah,
the heck?
that's the only... Oh, he might have gone in here.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing, too, because I am on difficulty A, which is hard mode. They move a lot faster, too. So, like, as soon as they get off screen, like, BAM! And they just take off.
Yeah. There's one.
So he's over here on the right. Ooh, that was close. Alright, so now I need to try to do this without getting touched by a satellite. Alright, now I need the bridge pieces. That's up.
Throw him a Downey's new show, touched by a satellite.
I don't want to touch that stupid thing. And yeah, that you gotta watch out for, that you don't bump into. You're flying and you accidentally barely touch that, and that's what happens. Look at that.
Oh.
Now I gotta do this. Oh, she's
Here
right
she is.
here. Wait a minute.
Are you looking up?
No, I went like this,
You
and I
looked
looked
inside?
I looked to the left, and she was walking, and then I went over here, and then she just disappeared.
Sure she's not in the Daily Bugle?
Okay, so it says she's over here to the right. Well, that doesn't make sense. So I'm just gonna keep going up.
Maybe the map was glitching or something. There.
Alright, so now I need to find more of the pieces. I can't remember if there was one in the building. Okay, so there's one. But now I gotta be careful not to get smacked by a satellite.
So Lois is Superman's happy thought.
Yeah.
Think happy thoughts. That's his superpowers, fairy dust.
Alright, so now I need one more. Get out of the way, you idiot. Wait a minute. I just heard a noise. It did, that stupid helicopter.
Huh.
It brought that bridge piece over and built the bridge for me. It's a good thing I recognized that sound. I was like doing this, and all of a sudden I heard bong. I was like, wait a minute, that sounded like the bridge got built. No, it's because it did. But that's the thing that gets irritating is I'll drop a bridge piece off, the helicopter will show up, and just take a bridge piece and go fly around.
Yeah.
And then here, you just go directly to the left, and then... That don't matter. Go ahead. I'm Clark Kent. And there you go. It took me 7 minutes and 9 seconds to do that. So like I said, I think the fastest I ever beat it on easy mode was like 2 minutes. Alright, so that was good old Superman for the Atari 2600, or the Atari VCS. So what did you think of it?
I liked it. Personally, you mentioned adventure. I did prefer adventure because of the static top-down map layout.
Yeah.
I just preferred adventure in that regard. However, it had some really good gameplay once you got to learn the layout. It was not obvious to me like what was going on with the movement, and he just takes off so fast, and all of a sudden, like, bam! And if you're on four corners, like if you're on the middle of four corners, good luck trying to figure out anything, because you'll be jumping around between four different places.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, like you said, comparing it to Adventure, for me personally, I think I like the gameplay of Adventure more, just because it sounds weird. I like the graphics, I like the chaotic nature of Superman, but it's nice having Adventure be more relaxing. It's like you can control things a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like I was saying before, the stage is set up in a loop route. You start here and you go directly to the right. After, like, I don't remember, I'm just going to make it up, after like 22 screens, it'll loop back around, and then you start back at the beginning. But if you go up or down, it'll kick you to various places on the map. It's not random, it's always the same.
Right.
But it's like, you can find the map
same
online.
as jumping to a completely
Yeah.
arbitrary part of the screen.
Yeah, it's almost like taking a warp zone to a very specific spot.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like you said, it gets confusing. You start flying, and instead of going straight, you try to dodge a satellite, whoop, and you go up.
Yeah.
And then it kicks you, like, oh, whoop, whoop, and you hit another screen, go down, hit another screen, and then you're kicked all over the place.
Yeah. But it's interesting. It's like I don't think like getting to a screen going down is, I mean, because it's always going to be the same. So it's almost like they have two layouts. It's got a left to right layout, and it's got a top down layout.
Yeah.
It almost makes it feel like this one sends you over here, and then this one sends you like it's got like an infinite number of possible places you could get shot out.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, once you jump down to that level, the left and right, it's all the same. It's just shifted over. You're literally teleported over. It's got like an up down possibility and left to right, and that it's always going to be the same. I'm guessing. I mean, I'd have to play it a little bit more to find out. But I'm guessing if you're on a level, no matter how you got there, going up or going down is going to take you to the same thing it would have otherwise. Then.
Yeah, like I said, you can memorize the entire map.
Yeah.
And if you memorize the entire map, I mean, you could fly through this game and probably hold a world. I don't know what the world record is, but it would legit take memorizing the map. So if you do get kicked off way over here, you know, oh, I'm right here. Well, I can go down a screen, go to the left, go in here, go up one, up two, go to the left, and take me to the jail.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I enjoy this game too, and like I said, this was like the very first game of its kind that had multiple screens, and pretty much one of the first games that you could actually beat. I think technically a lot of people consider this probably the first game that you could actually beat, even though with me, I always say, well, I get kind of weird, and I'm like, well, technically the first game you could beat would be Blackjack, which came out in 1977, because you can win it by getting 1,000 chips.
Okay.
But this was like the real game that had a beginning and an actual end.
Yeah.
But otherwise, nothing too much to say about Superman. It's a great game for being an early release title up to that point. I mean, no one had played a game like this on the Atari at that point.
Huh.
Super fun game. The only gripes that I had, like you said, he gets really zippy around, and then you hit the multiple screens, and it kicks you all over.
Yeah. Well, I guess just on top of that, if they'd made the characters smaller and made them able to move a little slower, you know,
Yeah.
if you just made the scope a little broader, then I think that would have fixed that problem.
Yeah. And so there was that issue, and the other issue I had was having too much crap on screen. All of a sudden you go to a screen, there's the helicopter, there's Lex Luthor, there's a henchman, there's a satellite, kryptonite satellite, there's Lois Lane, and you got a bridge piece, and everything is freaking out, and you're like, I need to grab this guy, and then you get hit by the satellite, you can't fly, now you need to try to find Lois, there's all this crap and chaos, you hit Lois, you pick her up, you take her off screen by mistake, you come back, there's all this junk, you're trying to grab this guy, you pick him up, but the satellite is flickering in and out, you can't see it, you bump into the satellite, and it just gets chaotic. It's like, holy cow, just leave go screw around and then try to pick things up individually.
Yeah.
But that stereotypical game flicker, which they even still couldn't figure out when it came to Nintendo and Super Nintendo, even really bad flicker.
Huh.
Alright, now as far as the amount of time it took for us to actually beat the game, you never playing it before, having my help guiding you, letting you know the story, it took you, what was it, like 20 minutes to beat, something like that? It took you about 20 minutes. And that was the thing, like, you can put a lot of good gameplay in this.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I live streamed this over on Twitch, I think I played it for like an hour, just sitting there taking my time, memorizing the layout, trying to figure out this, and I beat it multiple times. I would beat it once, and I was like, okay, cool, let's go back and try it again and see if I can do it faster. And that's one thing I think is cool, is they put an actual time limit on there, so you can tell how fast you've gone through and beaten
That's cool,
it.
Yeah.
And it does add replayability with having the difficulty. So if you're really good at it, you can speed run through this game in like a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Like I said, the fastest I've ever done it was 2 minutes. But otherwise, yeah, you can really take your time, explore, learn the layout of every single screen, know what's coming up, and you can spend like an hour, 2, 3 hours playing this game. Alright, now as far as the price goes for the game, loose, you can pick it up for about $8. Complete, it goes for about $30.
Wow.
So, do you think that the gameplay, bare minimum, is worth $8?
No.
And like I said before, with collecting purposes, people will be like, "Oh yeah, it's totally worth it. $30
Yeah.
complete." Whatever. If the
Yeah.
game was worth $1 million complete, collectors are going to go and pay $1 million.
Wow.
But for the gameplay, do you think it's worth being like, "Hey, I never played it before. I'll shell out $8 to
Yeah.
play this thing"?
Well, I mean, personally, if I had the console and I saw that game in stores, I would expect it to be, yeah, I guess $8. I would expect $8, but the gameplay itself, like if somebody just came out with this game today, probably not.
No. Yeah, I'd say to me it feels like that stereotypical. It's like a $2 to $3 game. Like, you're not going to sit here and play it for hours and hours and hours on end unless you do it like what I did on Twitch, which is go through and try to memorize the layout. And so maybe if you did that and tried memorizing the layout, you might get your $8 worth. But like I said, nowadays you pay $8 for this. Like, the first time, I went through and beat it multiple times, and I did it within an hour when I live streamed it on Twitch. You beat it the first time within 20 minutes. Yeah, so, like, for me, I bought this thing for $2. I don't even remember where I found it at, but I got it for $2, I think, at a game store. And so, like I said, that was the thing with a lot of these Atari games. Most of them were like $2. $2 for all these Atari games, but then you get the rare ones. Then you get stuff like Frankenstein's Monster, which would be like a $30, $40, $50 game. And that's what I would say. I would say max, it's probably about a $3 game. It's like up there, like, you can buy Sonic the Hedgehog, loose for like $3.
Yeah.
And that's Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's crazy.
And so that's what I mean. Like, to me, the gameplay is like $2 or $3. It's a good game. Alright, so final thoughts. That was Superman for the Atari 2600. I thought it was a fun game. Like I said, it's one of the few games that you can actually beat, and once you throw it in, memorize the layout, it does become pretty fun, and it's really cool to sit there and actually try to speedrun the game.
Yeah.
So otherwise, with that being said, we're going to take off. So whatever. I'm Janitor Jake.
I'm Chris K.
And we will see you guys next time.